Welcome to the Business Results Program. This is how you can transform yourself, your team, and your whole company. My name is Pete Winiarski. I'm the CEO of Win Enterprises, LLC, and this video is us recording a podcast episode. Podcast Business Results Radio. Look up businessresultsradio.com or go check it out on iTunes or one of the other podcast platforms. And do subscribe and do give a 5-star review. Now, you as a business leader, we get what you're going through. You've got overwhelm and stress and frustration. You have high expectations on your shoulders, some of which you put there yourselves. Why can I say this? Because we, our team, we've experienced this ourselves. We have been business leaders. We know what it's like. And boy, how cool is it that you have this resource? You can listen to this podcast, gain some insights about what you can do differently, gain some ideas, some strategies that you can put in place right away to make your life easier. That's what we're after here. We want your life to be easier because being a business leader does not have to be this challenging, doesn't have to be this hard. And we want you to exceed your expectations, excel, and achieve the results you want, get your team to thrive, and your company to just absolutely go right through the roof. And you can do that here. Enjoy this episode.
Hey, Pete Winiarski here. How do you know if you need to change up your strategies for your business? Do you run the same old things that you've been doing, or do you need to change it up? Do you need new strategies, new insights, new inputs to then shift your initiatives to get you to where you want to be? So the first question is, are you happy with your results? If you're happy with your results, then the same old might be okay for a while. But here's what's going on, of course, around us is things are changing right in front of your very eyes, which could make the same old obsolete really quick because everyone else around you is moving forward. So you really need to do an assessment of risks and opportunities and kind of always know, just have that constant state of understanding. Here are my current risks and here are my current opportunities. Work on preventing the risks from becoming something that knocks you off your game and understanding your opportunities so that you can always be moving forward. One is playing defense, the risks. One is playing offense, right? The opportunities. So let's talk about some of the risks that are out there right now. Look at emerging technologies. We went to an event recently that was for startups who were seeking funding, and it was a contest, and I think 8 out of the 10, maybe even 9 out of the 10, with the products that they were pitching had to do with artificial intelligence or machine learning or some other technology that is relatively new and part of today's world. So emerging technologies, they are here. You have to be ready for them so that someone else doesn't knock you off of your game, right? So that's one. What about hiring people, getting the right people in place? This is one of the bigger challenges right now. The right, perfect person is harder to find today than it has been in the past. So that's another one. What about business models shifting, right? So your industry, how you produce and supply the services you provide, what if someone came along and did to you what Uber did to taxis or what Airbnb did to hotels? That potential is out there, so you need to be ahead of that one. What about the different generations in business right now? You've got the boomers, you've got the X's, you've got the Y's, the millennials or the Y's, and then you've got the Z's, which are the brand new ones. My son is a Z, and he's 18 years old right now, and he is working. So there's the possibility of 4 generations. There are gaps in between each of the generations, and it's a big deal. How does one communicate to another? So think about that. What about your culture and your team's effectiveness? And it could be big T team, or the various smaller teams, and how do they operate effectively towards getting the job done? Or think of your leaders in your company, you and your other leaders. How stressed, frustrated, and overwhelmed are you? Right? So all of those are various risks that you have in your business right now. And there's probably other rather specific ones when you look at the types of problems that you're currently experiencing. And if you can't solve the problems fast enough, what might that do to your business? Let's shift from defense to offense. Now let's talk about the opportunities. So this is a what if you could type of a question. What if you could innovate more quickly and come up with new products or service offerings more quickly than you do now, right? And part of the key to speed is faster than the market, faster than your customers expect, right? So the point here is, what if you could innovate more quickly or have new products and new services from concept to launch more quickly? What would that do for yourself? What if you could provide a higher level of customer service? What if you could differentiate on customer service in some way? What's interesting is a lot of companies out today have forgotten what good customer service looks like. They have moved the needle so far over in the direction of automating or outsourcing that the level of service that the customer experiences, your customer, might be experiencing someone from a faraway country over the phone, or some automated bot trying to answer their questions, and they're getting frustrated. I had this experience very recently with a major hotel chain where I was attempting to do something. The chat box opened up. I had a chat that before my problem was resolved, the person chatting or the bot chatting disappeared. And then I got a survey asking, how satisfied were you? And I was fuming because they bailed out on me without having the problem solved. So major chain, yeah, I will go back because it's hard to not go back. However, it was a disaster from that one personal experience. So customer service, how can you elevate your customer service? What if you could increase the productivity in your business? So get more done with less, or get much more done with same, right? A lot of you are growing. So how do you continue to grow and have the productivity level outpace your need to hire on too many people? So you want this to happen. You want the output to go up, and maybe the number of resources goes up. Obviously, if you're flat, you may need to shrink your resources. How do you do that in a way that about being a hatchet man and chopping up your company, right? So, let natural attrition take hold. But the best solution, this is the solution we had at WireMold, where we were raising our productivity at something like 20% per year over year. That was the goal. And we did it through lots of growth, right? So new product development, acquisition, new products and services, all with the same base of people, right? So let that drive your productivity. So getting more done more efficiently, using different methods and techniques to be more productive. Your lead time. What if the amount of time it takes for your customer to receive what they expect, whatever that might be, could be the answer to a question, could be from the time they order to ship, right? Look at how Amazon has really changed the game on, they talk about, for example, for Amazon Prime customers, a 2-day delivery. Well, a lot of it's next day delivery. Now, of course, there's a huge infrastructure in place to enable that they've built over the years. But what would that enable for you? What if you could shrink your lead time in half? And what if you could shrink it even further than that? What if you could create a culture where everyone is engaged, everyone is satisfied, everyone loves their job, they're excited, they're all focused on what's needing to happen so that you can achieve your larger big T goals, your big team, your company goals, but also they're thriving in what they love to do, which helps you and your team out and your company out, right? What if you could have that culture? What if you could solve problems faster? What if, and of course you will have problems, every company has problems. And especially as you start to change and implement new things, new strategies, new ideas, something unexpected comes up. We call that a problem. You then solve it. How can you solve them more quickly? What if you could engage your team and solve problems lickety-split quick, right? What if, for all of these things, what if you could reduce your costs and still have all of these opportunities and still manage and handle all of those risks? What would it do if you could have higher profit margins? So that's risks, that's opportunity. Now, I love this question because, my team and I, the various roles that we've played out in industry where we've run businesses before for Wiremold or Danaher or GE or Newell or Rubbermaid or, the list goes on. When we've had to do this because, frankly, the metrics were on our shoulders and it mattered, it was fun and exciting. And as long as it was fun and exciting, the whole thing worked. And I'll tell you, it is energizing when you can make huge transformational gains by making the changes that are required. So that's what I'm looking for you. I want you to achieve your potential. So what do? How do you approach this? My suggestion is that you take and put on your calendar in the next 2 months, 60 days, maybe even 30 days, to take a team of your resources to dive in and do this exercise. It's a discovery type of an exercise where you're digging in and looking for areas of risk. You're looking for areas of opportunity. It's a combination of making observations and reviewing data and doing analyses and studying your processes and just kicking the tires, if you will, looking in the corners, using that metaphor for what might be hidden in there, the hidden opportunities and the hidden risks in your business. Go find them. And I would frankly make this an exercise that you do on a once a year basis. I would certainly plan out to do this exercise in super depth if you haven't done one in the recent few years. And then to refresh the exercise. Why once a year? Because that's how businesses work, right? We think in annual increments. And so you probably have an annual budget. You probably have annual strategies. You probably have things that you are aspiring to achieve in the next 12 months. So when that's true, you want to make sure that you have a sense of what are the risks, because if you don't know that they're there, you're going to behave blindly. And as soon as you do know they're there, now you're in a position where you can start reducing the risk from becoming a reality. And then what are the opportunities? What is it that we could be achieving that we're not because we're following the same old strategies and the same old business practice and the same old type of thinking? So, of course, this means that you may have to be going outside of your current perspectives. Study, read books, listen to podcasts, and watch YouTube videos, right? Find a way to get some new perspectives, some new thinking into your company, your team, so that you can evaluate risk and opportunity. You can reset your strategies, you can redefine your initiatives, and you can have, most importantly, the results for you and your team and your company thrive for the next year and beyond.
Hey, Pete here again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. And I invite you to come back to this video channel or go to the podcast channel for Business Results Radio. Check it out, subscribe, give a 5-star review, and go ahead and share it with your friends. Until then, we'll see you again.